KITV4's Jeremy Lee now joins us live to talk about the National Day of Awareness for Missing and Murdered Indigenous Women. Jeremy.
Well, Rick, President Joe Biden signed an executive order last year calling on an investigation into missing and murdered Indigenous people. Today, Native Hawaiian women were included in the president's proclamation for the first time.
But honestly, this whole industry, they see us as something that's lifeless. That's nothing more ornamental than the lei that we're wearing here today.
On Waikiki Beach, survivors and advocates joined together denouncing sex tourism in Honolulu, one speaker recounting working luau's as a minor.
And they would literally ask, how much? And if I declined and I told them no, they would ask me to refer to someone else.
Kara Jabola Corolis says reports made on the DHS hotline point to a crisis in Hawaii.
Some of the data points that are really shocking are that 37% of child sex trafficking victims that have been reported recently are Native Hawaiian children.
In two studies conducted with Arizona State University, findings indicate Hawaiian women affected disproportionately, with 64 to 77% of survivors of sex trafficking being Native Hawaiian.
Women, girls, and mahu, because we have not been recognized for many years in regards to violence, mistreatment. When someone goes missing, it's not handled in the same way as our white counterparts would be.
Advocates calling today historic, with federal and state recognition of Missing and Murdered Indigenous Women and Girls Day.
When I had my domestic violence experience over 20 years ago, there was nothing like this around. I didn't have any advocates or anyone like me from my culture that could identify and just hold me when I was most vulnerable.
The state legislature has taken some steps by creating a task force to investigate missing and murdered Native Hawaiian women and children, but advocates say more can be done.
I hope that we're able to pass really strong legislation that begins to dismantle the sex industry here. You know, I think that it's an uncomfortable topic for some people, but no sex buyers, no sex trafficking. It's that simple.
The voices, the names, the women.
Jeremy Lee, KITV4 Island News.
Who have been forgotten, who are missing, who are murdered.